Pirates of the Caribbean. This is going to be a very short, quick study to basically teach us how to go from a basic melody into a lead solo, back to a melody again. So your end result could be something like this, for example. And there you have your basic melody, improvised solo, and let's get you going with this. Okay, now we're first of all going to zoom in a bit on our fretting hand and learn the melody. Please make sure you got a copy of the PDF with you as well, because it's going to have the tab on it. And let's get going. Basically the tune is broken up into 4 groups of 4 notes, of which your first 4 notes are going to be. Now that's going to start on your 7th fret of your 4th string over here, and you're going to go from this note onto the 3rd string, fret 5, onto fret 7 also on the 3rd string, and you're going to play the last fret 7 twice, so super slow motion. And listen to the timing as well. There's a slight pause between your second last note and your last note. 1, 2, 3, 4. See rhythm? Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first phrase. Now the second phrase, which is going to sound like this, all on the same string, also 4 notes in a row, and also the same timing, so it's a really nice easy melody to get going with. And that's going to go on the 3rd string, 7, 9, 10, 10. Now what I want us to keep in mind as well, my fingers are numbered, is that the hand moves between the first and second phrase. So first phrase is here, tiny pause, move up to the second phrase's position, and then we're going, like we said, 7, 9, 10, 10 on the 3rd string. Onto the 3rd phrase, we again have moved up 2 frets, so it's very important for each group of 4 notes to make sure you're in the correct position to avoid unnecessary slides or finger movement or hand movement rather. So your 3rd phrase now, starting at fret 10, also all on the 3rd string, 10, 12, 9, 9, and again the same timing. So if you take us through slow motion, listen for the repetitive of the rhythm, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that repeats the whole way through. And other than this note here, for starters, sort of almost everything's on the 3rd string. But let's get it going and watch the movement. Starting with ring finger, number 3. Move up so that your first finger is number 7. Move up so that your first finger is number 10. And then you move back down to fret number 5 with your first finger to get the last phrase, which is going to be... Okay, so slow motion. And the last phrase, which I think I played wrong in the previous few seconds here, is going to be 7, 5, 7, all on the 3rd string. You can see 7, 5, 7, and the last 7 jumps up to the top on the 4th string. There's the last 7. So one more time, if you want to play it through with me, I'll count you in. We can take it through slow motion. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then sometimes over there, like towards the end, you'll hear I go, I'll put a pinch harmonic maybe. That just always sounds cool. And then also you can put a bit of a, so you can vary the ending as well. The original is a lot more intricate than this, and the original actually that I heard was done on acoustic guitar. It's very, very nicely done. So I thought let's just make it fun for something to play, and also so we can learn how to improvise. Now we've simplified the tune like we said, so for the purists this is not exactly the same, but it's going to sound pretty sweet. And for those that want to have fun, learn it, it's cool. And let's have a look at the D minor pentatonic scale. This is the scale I'm using for the improvising. It's going to start at fret 10, and it's going to sound slowly something like this. And you can see the fret numbers. I'm going to call them out for you as I play through from the 10th fret to fret 13, fret 10, fret 12, 10 and 12 again, another 10 and 12 on the third, and then for the last two strings, 10 and 13, 10 and 13, and there's your scale. So if you play through with me slowly, ascending and descending, 2, 3, 4. And there you have it. Nice and easy to play through. Now the backtrack that I made, you can have a copy of it if you like. Just drop me a WhatsApp or email and I'll be happy to send it through to you. It's just a jam track really. It's a very short jam track. I think it's not even a minute long. But what's quite sweet with it over here is if you're using your backtrack with the scale, check out how the scale works. You put the backtrack on now, you can hear it in the background. There it starts. And what's the scale? So it actually works really, really nicely just to sort of improvise with it. And then from there you can start playing with the scale and you can get something like this. There's the backtrack again. Here we go. Now I want to quickly switch the melody off and put the rhythm guitar back again. We're going to do this. Sorry about that. There's the rhythm guitar. So it doesn't have to be a lot of notes. Once you've got the scale under control, obviously you can sit and add a lot more to it. And then if you want to, if you're good at the minor pentatonic, try change it into the natural minor scale or the Aeolian mode. And for those that don't know the natural minor Aeolian, here we go. It's very similar with a few extra notes. It's going to go 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 13, 10, 12. Then it moves back to 9. 9, 10, 12. Moves back to 10. 10, 11, 13, and then finishes off with 10, 12, 13. Now check how cool this scale sounds now if I improvise with it. Gives a bit more to play with. Obviously, as you get faster, you can add a bit more. Now, there's a cool little trick that I did as well during the solo, which I hope you recognized, or from here you can hear it. It's a very easy sort of technique. I'm going to share it with you if you'd like to try it. It starts off with basically a trill at frets 13 and 15 on the second string. So I'm doing this slow motion. And then you're trilling like that. Then I'm going to release finger 1, and I'm going to put my first finger of my picking hand over there, still got the pick in my hand, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so there we go. And what I'm doing is I'm sliding down with this finger out of the way. This finger has replaced it at fret 11, 10, 8, 6, and 5. And I could have gone on as far as 3 if I really wanted to. And that sounds quite sweet. It always looks pretty cool as well. So you can drop it in something like this. Then you start with a normal maybe string bend because it's sweet. You do maybe a nice little phrase. And you drop it in. So you can have a lot of fun with this. Now for those that want to try the power chords, in the background you'll hear there's a part that goes. And this sounds like a typical sort of Iron Maiden sort of 80s, 90s like hard rock metal sort of vibe. D5 is your basic chord there. The chords are on the PDF as well. D5 is at fret number 5. B flat 5 is at fret number 1. And C5 is at fret number 3. And like I said, the song does get a lot more involved than this. I'll do a video later that will actually do the entire song, but right now it's more of a jam track. Okay, your rhythm is going to look and sound something like this. Now I've purposely zoomed into my strumming hand because I'm going to be adding a little bit of palm damping. So no palm damping, with palm damping. So my palm is resting somewhere over here on the bridge, sort of right there. Got it. And it starts off with 2 loud strums, playing the full power chord, which could be 2 strings or 3 strings, including the octave. So you're going to get, and then for the next triplet, just a one string. So super slow motion you're going to have. Got that? One more time. A bit more of a better angle there. And then all we're doing is we're going through the chords something like this. And that in essence is everything we need to know for this little Pirates of the Caribbean jam. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, any queries, let me know. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to do one more jam just because it's a really cool song to do. Okay, the solo, remember, improvise, so hopefully I'm going to do a nice one. Just the backtrack. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have an awesome week. Take care. Cheers.